Let me try to be more point to point in this video. The Elsa I just received a couple of weeks ago is an fantastic IM and is a proper upgrade to the Duno SS6. If you were skeptical about SS6, you had some other thoughts about the SS6 and didn't pick the SS6 up, you should definitely fire SHOZY an email or message, and you definitely can grab this 5BA driver IEM at around 700 to $750. This one was slightly more costly at $750 to me, but you definitely can get it at $700 with slightly less customization. The other IEM here is the third generation Andromeda. It's priced at $1,100 and is slightly on the older side. But then again, this is a legendary IEM and there's something special about this IEM for sure. Let's start with the fit. As you guys can see, Andro is edgy and sharp when it comes to the internals and stuff. It is slightly less comfortable than the more ergonomically designed Elsa. Elsa is very comfortable inside the ear. For a size comparison, I think both are similar in size. I do not think they are much different in size. Okay, so you guys can see very similar in size. Elsa is slightly smaller, but then again, both are very similar in size. And yeah, very similar. Height too is very similar, so there isn't any problem with fitting in both of these IM. This is definitely on the heavier side, having metal body and stuff. This is much lighter and a bit more comfortable, nevertheless not a lot, because the Andro is fairly comfortable too. Now moving on to the sound quality, I like to say the SHOZY is better when it comes to the lower end. That's kind of odd to some of you guys. That must be odd to some of you guys, because the Andro V3 is a musically tuned IM with good low end timbre and stuff. But then again, this one bleeds into the lower mids and does not have the best sub bass extension, which this one doesn't. This one has very good sub bass extension and does not bleed at all, so that's a positive. And the decay is slightly faster on the SHOZY. This one has slower decay, so that's the negative point of the Andromeda. Now moving on to the mid-range, I'll have to say both are very similar. This one is a bit more precise and accurate, while this one is not not the best when it comes to consistency. But then the timbre and tonality of the and the reverb, the instrument, they hit and they move further, and in that regard the Enro is ahead, while this one holds the space, does not muffle or anything, and has better control over notes. It's more precise, more accurate, and has slightly better definition too. This one is more musical all around, so yeah, you guys can understand. Now the bigger problem I felt is the departure of the endless kind of extension with the Andro, the second gen, not the second gen. I heard the first generation, and the first generation had the endless kind of extension. It was very deep into the treble and was very satisfying when it comes to treble. Yeah, there was some sharpening elements there, but then again, it was. It was better in that regard. This one has good amount of energy and stuff too, but it is not exactly that much extended into the spectrum, and has slightly less definition in the finishing region. This is good. There isn't anything bad about it. The musical, the cohesive feeling is good. I do not I'm not going to speak anything against it, because this is very musical. But then if you do not want a musically tuned IM, if you want that accuracy, precision, and you are going to do a critical listening, analytical listening, this might feel slightly vague. This has uh, the musicality, the fun factor in its mind. The V3 is not exactly tuned for accuracy. The 2020 Andro is more like it. Now moving on to the Elsa's tribble is of the endless kind, but then again, it does not have the extremely extended tribble region of the Phi by 3. Phi by 3 has some of the best extension when it comes to tribble region. This is good. This is very good when it comes to that extension. This is better than the Andromeda. It has better consistency, better balance. It does not lose energy on anything in the triple region. Now I missed a couple of things in the andro, the mid range. The problem with the andro mid range is that the notes just before the vocal and just after the vocal region do not have that much of finishing definition to them. The resolution in that part just before and after the vocals region is bad. It's mushy. It does not have that that kind of resolution to it. It's more blunt and less defined. So that's a point that really hampers the whole experience with the Andromeda, which is much better with the Elsa. Now, let's move on to the stage. Thanks to the more reverby, more decay notes of the Andromeda, this one slightly feels a bit more musical, more involving, and the stage feels more filled. But then it hampers the cleanliness of the notes. It feels slightly vague. Yes, engaging. It's very engaging, but then the accuracy is not exactly present there. It still is very good when I look at it as a musical sounding IM. It has very good characters and stuff. It is more cohesive and nice. There isn't anything exactly bad about it. But when you are paying $1,100, I do not think you will look for the Andromeda, because it does not have the best tuning for sure when it comes to a musical tuning. But then if you are looking for a more accurate and precise IM, the Elsa can be considered at $750. It does have better definition, better resolution, and slightly better clarity than the Andromeda. And when it comes to the stage size, I'll have to say the Elsa is good. It is just slightly smaller than the Andro. Andro has better reverb and stuff. This one doesn't have that much of reverb and stuff. It's it's more cleaner that way. So that's what the Elsa is bringing to the table. This is very good. This is very good too. But if you have different applications, various applications, I believe the Elsa serves better. It's musical too, not the most musical for sure, but if you do not want to compromise on that performance, that technical abilities, Elsa does better. Yes, definitely it does not have the bass volume or the thicker note feeling which the Andro has. But then again, if you are looking for that, Andro is not the best IM for that either. So this is it. This is the comparison of Andromeda, 3 years old, with the latest IM from SHOZY. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. Enjoy.